comment down below what your favorite cruiser motorcycle is, because I'm so incredibly interested to hear what you guys think. I love that. I love reading the comments. I try and read every single comment, except for those haters' comments. Those I print out and put up on my wall because they make me sleep better at night, you evil bastards.
Yo, what is up guys, DOHC here, welcome to another video. We are over here at Del Amo Motorsports of Orange County in beautiful Santa Ana, California. Huge shout out to them. They have provided me with some fantastic bikes. I'm gonna link them in the description down below. As always, this video is brought to you by Rollick. Rollick is a company connecting consumers like you and me to a network of certified dealers like Del Amo Motorsports to provide the most transparent buying experience when it comes to ATVs, side-by-sides, RVs, and of course motorcycles like this beautiful 2020 Kawasaki Vulcan S. So, I've ridden the 2019. It was actually one of my favorite motorcycles of 2019. I definitely didn't think I was gonna like it. This is not something I would traditionally ride, but it was comfortable, it was smooth, the power delivery was fantastic, and at the end of the day, I came off this thing grinning ear to ear, which is basically what you need to be doing when you're riding a motorcycle. So first and foremost, how much does it cost? Well, there are two different prices for the ABS and non-ABS models, $7,100 and $7,500. I also think that it's a gorgeous motorcycle. It's incredibly long, it's so smooth, the power delivery is out of this world. In the powerhouse, we have a 649cc liquid-cooled twin producing 61 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, with an estimated top speed of 120 miles per hour. Now, if those numbers sound familiar, it's because this is a 650 that, although is specific to the Vulcan, comes out of something like the Ninja 650. The R&D for it is very, very similar, so you're gonna get a lot of the same when you come to this motorcycle. Now, as you can see, this is not a sports bike. This is more of a cruising-oriented bike. Breaking down some of the components of this motorcycle, in the front here you have non-adjustable suspension, in the rear you have adjustability for preload. You've got Nissin brakes in the front and rear, single disc on both. It's something to take note of, although the stopping power for this motorcycle I've never had an issue with. In the front here you have an analog tachometer with a digital speedometer, nothing too crazy up in the front. It's kind of where you're going to start seeing some of the cost savings. For different variations of motorcycles, I have noticed that they meet that price point in various ways. So on sports bikes, maybe it's with suspension. On cruiser bikes, where they have this beautiful kind of illustrious aesthetic design, it can be in things like instrument clusters and how the braking and suspension is done as well. Something I never mention on motorcycles, but I think that this one definitely warrants it. It has an overall length of 90.9 inches. That's crazy. It's super, super long. The wheelbase is equally long. It's gonna give you some different types of turn-in feel than a sports bike, that's for sure. It's gonna be a little bit more lethargic, but this is still a motorcycle you can get out there and cruise on. We have a 3.7 gallon gas tank and a 27.8 inch seat height. Again, 5'9", 30 inch inseam. This thing is going to be, yeah, a breeze. Forward controls, so it is meant for comfort. It's definitely got that cruiser styling to it, and it comes in at a 498.3 pound curb weight. So sub 500 pounds for a cruiser that's producing 61 horsepower, 46 pound-feet of torque. It's a pretty awesome motorcycle. And maybe you can see why the 2019 variant of this bike was one of my favorites from last year. So without further ado, let's take it for a spin, see how she gets along.
Okay, real quick, side of the road here, because I know people will get mad at me for not doing this. That's what the exhaust sounds like, yeah? Pretty dang good out here in the canyons. Oh yeah, Kawasaki 2020 Vulcan S, 649 cc's of gut-wrenching power. No, seriously though, 649 cc's of really fantastic usable power. Can you believe we are in Southern California and it's raining? This feels sacrilege. I'll tell you what, this is one of my favorite motorcycles. I think it's so incredibly smooth. It's been around for a bit, right? And the Vulcan has definitely been around for a while. Having ridden the 2019, there's not a whole lot that's changed here for 2020. Hopefully I've gone through some of what has changed, but at the end of the day, it's just a great bike. It's always been a great bike. All right, well, we're here, we're not going crazy. Let's talk about the bike. So, the 2020 Kawasaki Vulcan S. Why is it one of my favorites? I just love everything about this. I think the suspension is beautifully plush and comfortable. The seating position is something I could literally sit on this bike for hours and hours and hours on end. I would adore a multi-day moto camping adventure on a Kawasaki Vulcan S. I really think it's a fantastic motorcycle. I also think the 649cc engine, the parallel twin here, produces the perfect amount of power for a bike like this, right? This isn't a super sport bike. This isn't some track day machine. This is a cruising bike. This is a bike that you're gonna take around on the weekends, you're gonna commute to work. You're not gonna take this thing to Kota and set lap records. I don't care who you are, it's just not gonna happen, all right? Now, it's not to say you couldn't have a really good time on this bike and go pretty fast, but that's not what it's meant for. And the fact that it's a cruising bike and it cruises so well is just phenomenal. It sounds great, even stock. That's right, kids, stock. I took this bike out because it feels familiar even when it's your first time riding. It's something that I don't feel on a lot of bikes. There are motorcycles I take out that just don't feel good. And it's not because they're bad bikes, it takes a lot of time to get used to them. This is very different. Very, very different. This, right out of the box, it just feels like home. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, this is just, it's one of the most comfortable machines that I've ever ridden. I think that it has so much going for it. The price point is on point. The suspension, yeah, I'd love adjustability. I'd love some maybe stiffness in it. It is a very, very cushy suspension. I mean, it is definitely built for cruising and almost nothing else. The power delivery, I would change almost nothing about. I'd definitely get an aftermarket exhaust on here, but not because the standard one sounds bad. It's just because I know with an aftermarket exhaust, this thing would sound legendary. That is just so good. It sounds so good. Wow, this person's going like 70. Nice. Nice. Welcome to Southern California. It cruises in 6th gear with ease. It's about 4,500 RPM. There's absolutely no vibration from the twin in my arms, hands. I know it sounds like it. These roads are a little bit bumpy, but that's not from the engine. I feel a little bit in my butt. However, it's not annoying. The seat is super, super plush, and I love the seats on cruisers that have that little lip in the rear that kind of holds you. I'm into it. I'm sold. I love this. This is very nice. This makes me think I should like build out some sort of a cruiser sporty hybrid. I think that would be great for me. Wunderbar, as they say. Wunderbar. Man, I'm excited to be out here. Look at this. I'm riding in the canyons of Southern California. Kids, when you believe in yourself and you work hard, dreams come true. Turning feels good. It's soft. It's not going to turn in like a sport bike, but it turns in just fine. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is a buy. I love this motorcycle. I honestly do. I think it's one of the best cruiser bikes I've ever ridden. I don't care that it's a Japanese cruiser. I know that there's, you know, potentially a stigma against them not being traditional American cruisers like Indian or Harley Davidson, but it's a great motorcycle. And at the end of the day, isn't that all you're looking for? Is a fantastic motorcycle that is going to make you smile ear to ear, that is going to take you from point A to point B, and you're not going to feel like you're just commuting. You're going to feel like you're having an experience. It's not just a motorcycle. It makes you feel a certain way. It's got this beautiful confidence to it. The suspension is so comfortable. The seat is so comfortable. The power is so abundant. The sound is perfect. Even stock, I can't even imagine what this would sound like with the proper set of pipes. For sub $8,000, this is it, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Del Amo and Rollick are going to be linked in the description down below. I cannot thank both of them enough. Seriously, I wouldn't be out here without either of them. So check them both out, especially if you're in the Southern California area looking for a Kawasaki Vulcan S, then Del Amo is the dealership to go to. If you are not from Southern California, you're looking for one of these motorcycles, please go to that first link in the description for GoRollick.com and see if you can't find a deal for you. As always, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more ooey gooey content, and as always guys, hey, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I'm telling you, it hauls. Sweet Jesus. When E is blinking, you should probably go home.